lovely people, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Ashley and I'm a full-time reseller on places like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Etsy. And today I have a what sold video for you guys. So this is what sold between February 27th and March 5th. So I had 41 sales for this week, which brought my total sales to $1,430. And then my cost of goods was approximately $200 for this week. And then after platform fees and my cost of goods, my total net profit was $1,001.72. So now I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown of what sold each day of the week. So starting off on the 27th, which was Saturday, I had 5 sales. So first on eBay, I sold this pair of Tory Burch black leather booties. They sold for $100. My cost of goods was $2.99, so my total profit was approximately $97.01. Then I sold this pair of Splendid Girls faux leather leggings. They sold for $8. My cost of goods on those was $1, so my total profit was $7. And then on Poshmark, I sold this Gunne Sachs, and this, oh God, I'm dying to find actual like Gunne Sachs style prairie dress. But this was like the newer label. I think it was like Millennium 2000 Gunne Sachs with Jessica McClintock. So it was not like one of the most sought after Gunne Sachs pieces, but it was still really cute, and that sold for $57. I get $42.92. So my cost of goods was $14.99, so my total profit was $27.93. Next, I sold this pair of Duluth brand black leggings with pockets. They sold for $21. I get $14.12. My cost of goods was $2.49, so my total profit was $11.63. And then my final sale on the 27th was this Lucky brand pink burnout puff sleeve t-shirt. It sold for $10. I get $7.05. My cost of goods was $2, so I made $5.05 on that. Next, on the 28th, I had 9 sales. Starting on eBay, I sold this pair of Jeffrey Campbell for Free People magic heels. They sold for $45. My cost of goods on that was $3, so I get $42. Next, I sold this Ivory Ella green French terry top. It sold for $25. My cost of goods was $2.49, so I get $22.51. Then I had a sale on Mercari. It was this pair of Beta brand straight leg pants. They sold for $28. I get $24.09. My cost of goods was $6.99, so my total profit was $17.01. Then on Poshmark, first I sold this Levi's brown faux leather Sherpa jacket, and I've had like a range of sale prices on like Levi's jackets. Like some of the Sherpa jackets I've gotten from them, I've sold for like $50. But this one sold for $22. I get $14.92. My cost of goods was $1.16, so I made $13.76. Then I sold this Lily Pulitzer Tomato Coriska tank top. It sold for $19. I get $12.52. My cost of goods was $2.49, so that left me with $10.03 in profit. Then this was like the most exciting sale of the week. I sold this new tag Veronica beard. I picked this up at Nordstrom Rack during one of their Clear the Rack sales, and it actually sold like super fast, but it sold for $375. It was new tag Veronica beard Dickie jacket, so it sold for $375. I get $300, which looking at that, I was like, wow, Poshmark really takes a lot, like, in their selling fee. Now, granted, I do think Poshmark does a really good job of, like, protecting both the seller and the buyer, like, much more than some other sites, and, like, their shipping works really, like, it's the easiest shipping policy for sellers. So, I mean, there's benefits and drawbacks to Poshmark, but anyway, I got $300 from that. I bought it for $44.99, which is an amazing price for a Veronica beard blazer. So I get $255.01 in profit. Next, I sold a bundle on Poshmark, which contained this Ariat striped bow jumpsuit, a Nike Pro black long sleeve, it was like a thermal type top, a Free People Intimately ribbed lace cami with a mesh accent, and then a North Face full zip lightweight fleece jacket. And all of that sold for $40, so I get $32. My total cost of goods on those items was only $3.92, so I made $28.08. Next, I sold this pair of Lululemon reversible groove shorts, and they sold for $25, so I get $20. My cost of goods was 87 cents, so I make $19.13. And then finally on the 28th, I sold this The Mountain tie-dye dog t-shirt. It sold for $10, so I get $7.05. My cost of goods was $1, so I make $6.05. And then it was March. So on March 1st, I had 6 sales. Starting off on eBay, I sold this vintage retro floral cottagecore blouse. This blouse was so cute. I wish it fit me better. I loved it. And it was so exciting because I saw it was an international sale. I always get excited when I have international sales because I'm like, ooh, where's it going? And this one went to Japan, so that's really cool. But it sold for $30. My cost of goods was 73 cents, so I made $29.27. Then on Poshmark, I sold this J. Crew brand New Tag pink floral dress, and this sold for $36. I get $26.12, and I actually found this item at the bin, so it was only 84 cents, so I make $25.28. Then I sold this also New Tags Victoria Beckham collaboration with Target dress, and this sold for $14. I get $8.37. I bought it for $3.99, so I get $4.38. I was hoping this item would do a lot better because I know Victoria Beckham is a great brand to find, but I guess just, sometimes the Target collaborations do okay. Like, I sold a Target, Love Shack Fancy dress for $100, but this one just did not do that well, so yeah. But then I sold this pair of Kalia blue leggings, and these sold for $9. I get $3.37 after a shipping discount as well. My cost of goods was $2.49, so I only made 88 cents. So this item was actually damaged, so I was totally fine with letting that go and just recouping my cost. It had this really faint line down the front, so sometimes when things just have light amounts of damage, I will still list them just so I can recover my cost or just make a little bit of money. It really depends on how damaged the item is and how likely I think it is to sell. So the next item that sold actually was another example of a damaged item that I still sold. It was this Faherty brand Desmond gauze top. And that brand is actually a great brand to resell, but it had this little hole in the back in the outer layer of gauze. But it was not that big or not that noticeable when worn, so I still listed it. It sold for $22, so I got $14.92. My cost of goods was $1.16, so I made $13.76. Then I sold this pair of Levi's navy blue denim shorts. These sold for $6. I got $3.05 on that. I picked them up for $2.49, so I only made 56 cents, which I thought this item would sell better. I've had it since last summer, so I was just whatever, get rid of it. And then moving on to March 2nd, I had 4 sales, and starting on eBay, I sold this New Tag Moon and Madison heart print knit tank top, and this was so cute. I was so close to keeping it. I kept not accepting any offers because I was like, I want it. But I decided I didn't need it and let it go. But it sold for $23. My cost of goods was $6, so I made about $17. Next, I sold another flawed item, and the only reason I put this up was because it's Flax, and Flax is a good brand to resell. And it had like a lot of problems with it. Like it had stains, the buttons were missing, but it sold for $6. My cost of goods was $3.60. I did not notice any of the damage when I was in the store. I don't know how I missed that. Making mistakes, but so I made $2.40 on that, which is totally fine. Then on Poshmark, I sold this Vineyard Vines pullover navy blue sweater. It sold for $14. I get $11.05. My cost of goods was $2.49, so I made $8.56. I really don't know if I'm gonna keep. I think I'm gonna be way more selective with Vineyard Vines because I just have not been able to move Vineyard Vines items that well. So, keeping that in mind for the future. But then I sold this vintage TD4 by Electra dress. It sold for $6. I get $3.05. My cost of goods was $1, so I made $2.05. This is another item that I've just had forever. I think this vintage piece, like, it didn't photograph very well because it didn't fit me, so I couldn't model it, and it just looked like this black blob. But it was really cute, but I definitely think I'll keep that in mind when I'm picking up vintage items in the future, that type of thing might not do well. And then moving on to March 3rd, I had 6 sales on March 3rd. First, I sold this pair of Vans men's red low-top sneakers on eBay. They sold for $18. My cost of goods was $2.99, so I get $15.01. And then all my other sales were on Poshmark. So first, I sold this new tag Lily Pulitzer Jane Schiff dress. It sold for $54. I get $40.52. My cost of goods was $1.36, so I made $39.16. Then I sold another Duluth Trading Co. item. I sold this pair of Flexpedition pants. They sold for $22. I get $17.60. My cost of goods was $3.49, so I made $14.11. And then I sold this new tag Rebecca Taylor Star Floral Jumpsuit, and I picked this up at TJ Maxx. It took a little while to sell. I think I'm also going to be pretty selective with Rebecca Taylor because it doesn't seem to move that fast. But it sold for $77, so I get $58.92. I picked it up for $39, so I get $19.92. Next, I sold this pair of Allbirds gray wool runners. They sold for $28, so I got $19.72. I paid $2.99 for them, so I made $16.73. And then my final sale on the 3rd was this Urban Outfitters Ecote brand yellow floral mini dress. It sold for $20. I make $16. I picked it up for 84 cents, so I made $15.16. On March 4th, I had 8 sales. Starting off on eBay, I sold this Barefoot Dreams Cozy Chic, God, that was hard to say, light Catalina cardigan. It sold for $45. I picked it up for $6.99, so I made $38.01. And then I sold this vintage green menswear style romper. This was so cute. I loved it. I can't believe it took a little while to sell, but it still sold for a good price. It actually looked really nice on me when I modeled it, but it's super cute. I hope they love that. It sold for $30. I picked it up for $4.99, so I made $25.01 on that item. And then my final sale on eBay was this new tag Under Armour lavender purple color cold gear infrared jacket. It sold for $25. I picked it up for $6.99, so I made $18.01. Next, on Mercari, I sold this pair of Athleta Elation high-rise 7/8 tights in garment dye, and they sold for $55, so I get $47.60. I picked them up for $2.49, and so I make $45.11. And then my last 3 sales on that day were on Posh. First, I sold this new tag red sequin mini party dress, and this was mine, and I bought it and just never ended up wearing it. So it sold for $15, so I get $12. My cost of goods I put at 0, even though I definitely paid more than I make for it, but I have no idea what I paid because it was like 2 years ago. And since it was from my personal closet, it wasn't something I bought for my business anyway, so I just counted the $12 as profit. And then next I sold this vintage Ursula of Switzerland pink top, and this was so precious. It sold for $14, so I made $11.05. I picked it up for 93 cents, so I make $10.12. And then finally, I sold this Kalia by Carrie Underwood wrap style hooded long sleeve top. It sold for $13, so I get $7.37. I paid $1.20 for it, so I make $6.17. And then on March 5th, which actually I'm filming it today on March 5th, so I don't have all the sales totals for the day, but I have everything from this morning. And so far I had 3 sales this morning. So first on eBay, I sold this Reformation Soline dress. It sold for $40. I got it for $2.99. So I made $37.01. And then I sold this Free People red puff sleeve short sleeves top. It sold for $13. I picked it up for $2.40, so I made $10.60. And then the final sale that made it into the video was on Poshmark, this Soft Surroundings Country Weekend cardigan. It sold for $18, so I get $14.40. I picked it up for $1.15, so I made $13.25 on that. So I think this was actually a really good sales week for me. I had some really awesome sales like the Veronica Beard sale and the Tory Burch booties. I had some really bad sales, like the things that were damaged and things that have been sitting for a while, but overall I think I made a great profit this week. I'd love to hear how your sales week went and if you had like some great sales this week or how everything went for you as well. So please let me know in the comments, and if you like this kind of content related to fashion reselling, please remember to like and subscribe, and of course check me out on social media at Attire by Ash. Bye!